And then another lawsuit about another important issue that's not deep state. Well, it's kind of deep state. Judicial Watch sues for documents on census plan to hire foreign nationals. Yes, the U.S. Census Bureau was thinking of ways to hire foreign nationals to conduct the census, which is contrary to federal law. We read because Congress doesn't do any oversight, so we read the news story and we say, what the heck is going on here? Let's ask them questions. I mean, you think because something's in the news that there's going to be follow-up? No. Only Judicial Watch does the follow-up on many of these major news stories. Census Bureau seeks to hire non-U.S. citizens ahead of 2020. August 2019 in U.S. News Report. Federal law generally prohibits the government from hiring non-citizens, but according to the report, Census Bureau officials believe the law afforded them flexibilities. There are citizenship flexibilities within the Appropriations Act that would permit, for example, based on language requirements, some exemptions, says Tim Olson, Associate Director for Field Operations at the Census Bureau. We are actively working through those flexibilities to see if they can be used in 2020. We're not there yet. Asked whether the Bureau planned to employ people living in the country illegally, a spokesman said, there is nowhere in our legal flexibilities that refers to people we could possibly hire as illegal. When pressed as to whether it's an option under the current law, the spokesman repeatedly demurred, saying that the term non-citizen encompasses anyone who's not a U.S. citizen. How do you read that? That's government speak for, we want to hire non-citizens, legal and otherwise, to work on the census no matter what the law says. So what Judicial Watch did was we filed a FOIA request. And we had subsequently at least five communications with the Census Bureau as they tried to figure out what our request meant. And this is, this is the work we have to do. The Census Bureau twice asked Judicial Watch to clarify the request. When Judicial Watch did so in response to the first request, the Census Bureau sent a second identical to clarification request that even concluded the same typos as the first. After a telephone conference and at least 2 more rounds of discussions, the Census Bureau has still not indicated whether it will process our straightforward request. So obviously the bureaucratic runaround that we've received from the Census Bureau on its potentially illegal hiring of foreign nationals to run our census or conduct our census, it's remarkable. And it's remarkable not in a good way. And we simply want the documents so the public can be reassured that the census is going to be run according to law. So someone at the Census Bureau is very nervous about what we're going to find.
Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all the latest news from Judicial Watch.